We have some wedding drama. I'm gonna sing every opening from now on.
I don't know about you guys, but it is wedding season right now in my life. I've had 5 weddings this year between Matt and I. We've had 5 weddings to go to. We have one last one, which is in 2 weekends at the point that I'm filming this video. Everyone warned me about this, especially like in your early 30s when your entire friend group starts getting engaged, everyone's getting married. We had 5 this year and we had like 3 or 4 last year, and then we're like, wow, that's a lot. And then this year came and we're like, whoa, that's really a lot. Yeah, we had 5. One more to go.
This story came July 26th, 2025. Here goes nothing. I, 32 female, and my future husband, 34 male, are getting married in 4 months. August, September, October, November. Oh, it hasn't happened yet. My sister-in-law, Amy, has twin girls that will be 12 months old and a 6-year-old son. Prior to the twins being born, I had a conversation with Amy where she said to me that she was looking forward to knowing at the 12-month mark there would be a child-free evening where she could let loose as she didn't want her kids there. I said that we would love to have her 6-year-old as the flower boy, and we agreed that he would be part of the ceremony and then be driven the short distance home to join his sisters with a babysitter during the reception. Fast forward to now. Amy is shopping for dresses for the twins for the wedding day. I was confused to hear about it, and I asked why. Amy seems to have forgotten our conversation and wants her twins at the wedding. I've been gentle, but I have said that it was only the 6-year-old that was planned to be there, and I wasn't too keen on younger kids being there. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law are upset with my future husband and I about this decision. Mother-in-law has pushed for the whole family to be in the photographer's family portraits on the day, as the whole family will be together and dressed nicely. Sister-in-law has said, your family deserves to be at your wedding, and has also said she doesn't want the 6-year-old to be attending events without the twins because he has had trouble adjusting to them and is always asking to leave them behind. Sister-in-law doesn't want to encourage that behavior by having him attend anything without them. And so she has said that either all her kids come or none will. This conversation was tense and I am very conflict avoidant. I left it there unresolved. You know, this story feels familiar even though I haven't read it before, because we have heard very similar stories where someone in the family wants their kid at the wedding and the bride and groom are like, we're not having kids at the wedding, sorry. Like this story, the general aspect of it, I fear is very common apparently. The no kids at wedding thing can piss a lot of people off. Let me know what your thoughts are on that, on child-free weddings. My future husband doesn't want the twins there as they do summon a considerable amount of attention and he wants people focused on us. I don't really care if they are there or not, but I do feel like I've been dismissed by my sister-in-law and mother-in-law. And they have tried to change the plans without letting me know and then tried to guilt trip me when I called it out. Now it kind of feels like an ultimatum is being set, and the whole attitude around it has me wanting to put my foot down and push back. Future husband and I have offered up a compromise. We are having a gathering with all the same people the night before the wedding, and all their side of the family will be around for the morning after the wedding. We said the twins would be so welcome there and we'd be able to get some great photos and have time together, but we would still have our wedding be child-free, with the exception of the flower boy. But this was completely dismissed. I just want to know if I'm overreacting by saying they can't attend. Put your opinions so far in the chat. But let's check out some comments, because you know, I like to see what other people of Reddit are saying. Sometimes they're a little harsh on there. Someone commented and said, it's your wedding and sister-in-law and mother-in-law should have been more respectful about how they approached you about these concerns. That having been said, I would gently suggest that you and your fiance may want to rethink how you're handling this. It is unusual to invite one child and not other siblings, and I don't follow the concern about 12-month-old twins stealing attention from you. If you hold firm, which is absolutely within your right, it means there will be possibly lingering hard feelings with your sister-in-law and mother-in-law going forward, and that you need to be okay with that. Just my 2 cents. OOP responded to that saying, yes, I know it's weird to just invite one sibling. That's just how that original conversation landed, and it made sense at the time. We have a DIY venue, and in keeping things budget, we have family and friends helping out with a few things. Amy's husband was given the job of dog minder for our large dog. Mother-in-law was to be performing a wedding coordinator type role. We feel like that's a lot to handle if you're chasing around twins. It's not so much about stealing any spotlight, it's more about things running smoothly. Hope that makes a bit more sense. Next comment. Hold up. Your large dog will be there and needs a handler. The handler is the father of the twins. The twins can't attend because they will be a distraction, but I think the dog must also be a distraction that requires a handler. If I were Amy, I'd be upset that my husband was assigned dog duty and then we were told our kids weren't welcome. Fair perspective. I just don't think you can ask people to DIY it for you so you can save money and then also tell the unpaid labor to pay for a babysitter so you can have your preferred child-free wedding. It sounds to me like Amy's family is providing a lot. The flower boy, dog wrangler, and possibly more, and you and your fiance aren't being very considerate of that. Okay, I understand that. I can understand all sides here. We're getting a full picture. OOP responded to that and said, yeah, I get what you're saying, and that looks really poorly on us from that angle, which is probably exactly how they would see things. Our dog is a fun addition, but not all that important. This has been the plan for the last 8 months or so because of the decision Amy made to not have her twins there. Changing that decision is totally up for discussion and would change our plans with the dog handler job. I'd be willing to hire a dog handler to keep her there, no drama. The drama comes from Amy choosing to have her twins there when this plan has been in place since before they were born, and she didn't care to ask us if a change of plans was cool. Okay, that makes sense. This was all planned before the twins came. Mom was gonna have a mom night out, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Got it. Next comment. I would compromise and agree that okay, no kids whatsoever and then go without a flower boy. I almost feel like a 6-year-old boy would be just as much of a loud distraction as 2 1-year-olds, and your entire wedding is child-free anyways. So it would be odd to have one single small child be the exception to that. Just avoid the whole thing and leave all kids out of it. There's an idea. OOP said, yes, I feel like that's a great option. Totally unfair on the 6-year-old though, as he's been told all about it and is so excited. I don't want to do that to the poor kid. Yeah, I didn't really think of that. The kid's probably like, woo, like pumped to get to be in the wedding and everything. Yeah. Ooh, this is tricky. Then I guess someone said that OOP should get her fiance to deal with his mother and sister. And OOP said, we are working on this together. This post is from my perspective for the purpose of sharing it with him in a moment. Now we have some updates. The first update came a bit over a month later, August 28th. So, future husband and I were invited to the twins' first birthday this week. As much as I knew this was not the right time or place to have a discussion about these topics involving the exclusion of these 2 babies, it came up. Happy birthday! You're not coming to my wedding. You're now not invited anymore. You're not allowed in. Can you imagine? Well, yes, I can. That's what happened. Context. 1 week ago, future husband spoke to his brother-in-law, the father of the twins, and again said that the babies were not invited to the wedding. I wasn't there, and I don't have any further context on how this came up or how the conversation went or was handled and received. When we were around the dinner table for the birthday get-together, future husband left the room for a minute. That was the moment that my sister-in-law said to me, I'd like to check with you about what future husband said about the wedding. He said the babies weren't invited to the ceremony or reception. So is that right? I said, yeah, that's our plan. I excused myself shortly after and made myself busy in another room. Future husband sat at the table and apparently laid down the law with his family over this and some other issues. We left shortly after, but before we went, sister-in-law said to me, I respect that this is what you want, but I am really upset. Part of me feels so guilty that I've upset her. Part of me is annoyed and perplexed by her apparent shock about this information, as if we didn't have this conversation a month ago. She was probably hoping you would change your mind. Now, the top comments on that update. Someone said, what is OOP's plan if her sister-in-law just shows up to the wedding with the twins? OOP wrote back saying, I have a feeling future husband will have dealt with that before I make my way down the aisle. Someone else asked if the OOP is still planning to have the twins' father handle the dog. Yeah, what ended up happening with the dog handler? OOP wrote back, I think with all the tenseness between all of us now, I will just be asking someone else. Probably a good idea. All aboard! Hydration station, because I'm thirsty. Cheers! Let me know what's in your cup, but I'm gonna tell you to drink some water today, because I care about you. You're welcome. I got some comments the other day, really random, about my jawline and my cheekbones, and I'm like, y'all, I've been catfishing you, truly. I think it's the lighting, because I see it sometimes like from the side. I think it's the lighting. Hold on, I saw it when I was doing
Wow, what a difference.
that. Looks like I got some like jawline, like, y'all, truly, I think it's just the lighting. Like, appreciate the compliment, but I don't know, man. I'm a little bit round in the face. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but I think it's the lighting. Just, yeah. Don't want you to meet me in person and be like, where's the jawline? Not there. All right, next update came September 29th, 2025, 1 month later. We are now just 4 sleeps away from the wedding. I should be feeling so excited, but the entire energy has been completely crushed by these 2 women. Future husband's grandmother, like my mother-in-law's mother, arrived 2 days ago to stay with us in our home during the festivities. Last night, we all sat at the table for dinner. Not common in our house. We usually eat in front of the TV, but we had a guest and I didn't think that it was weird. Dinner finished and we were having a pleasant chat, mostly about some incoming visitors, sleeping arrangements, and airport pickups, and just logistical things. Then mother-in-law said, one more thing. What can I do to make you more comfortable with the babies being there? Oh boy. No lie, I felt my heart rate spike instantly. I said, we are not comfortable with the babies being there. Mother-in-law then asked a bunch of questions about our timeline and wrote down the times that we would be going off for photos. I said to her, we said the babies cannot come. That includes the time that we will not be there. She said, I'm just trying to find a way for the babies to meet everyone. Everyone's been saying to me they are so excited to meet these bubs, and I'm sick of having the same conversation with them all. Well, have the family plan with the parents to see the baby. My lip gloss is cool. My lip gloss be poppin'. I'm standing at my locker and all the boys keep stopping. Never happened with me. Ain't nobody stopping in my locker. Let me tell ya. I said, you are trying to find a way to get what you want at our wedding. The babies had their first birthday recently. You could have invited people to that. Their mother doesn't work. She's had a year to organize introducing these babies to anybody that she wants to. You don't have to wait for a wedding or a funeral for a family meeting. She said, that's just it. It's a family wedding. I said, no, it's our wedding. The family is invited to celebrate with us, eat dinner, cake, and dance if they want to. Throughout this back and forth, the grandmother was piping in with, These are your nieces. You're having a dog there, but not your sister's children? The 6-year-old wants his sisters there. I said, he is 6. He doesn't get what he wants. This went on for a bit before I said the conversation was over and I stormed off. Let's see how the next 4 days go. FML. Edit. Future husband was at the table too, also saying the same things as I was. He has been saying the same things all along. We have each other's backs. Let's see what the comments are saying now. It says that OOP responds to multiple comments about having her dog and a 6-year-old at the wedding, but not the twins. OOP wrote, I don't get it. We can invite whoever we want. We are talking about babies. Everyone is better off, including the babies, if they are not there. Everyone will be more present if they're not chasing down small children intent on hurting themselves. I get both sides. Next comment. I know that this isn't a common take. Yes, it is your wedding, but at the end of the day, it's about joining your two families together. Is it really worth dying on this hill? If the 6-year-old is coming, I don't understand what the problem with kids is. I mean, yeah, it's your special day, but people take themselves way too seriously. You have to live with these people for the rest of your lives. Is it really worth the animosity? OOP responded, yes, 100% it is worth it to us. His family have crossed every boundary and helicopter our lives. This is one line that we will hold, and it's on our wedding day. The one day we get to be in the right regardless of the decision. I've been to a lot of weddings this year. Some people had no kids at all. Other people have, like, if you're 15 and younger, no kids are, like, you're not allowed unless you're like a young, like 15 and above, a young teen, whatever. Everyone has it differently. Some people say like 10 and under, like they have to limit the amount of children depending on their family size and whatnot. So I don't know. I get it's hard too when you say no kids and all the family is at the wedding. It's like, okay, well, who's gonna watch the kids? You gotta hire like straight at like a random babysitter or something because the rest of the family's at the wedding. Yeah, it's weddings, man. Don't even be surprised if I don't even end up having a wedding at this rate. Wedding culture is out of control. They're a lot of fun to go to, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We have the final update. Did they allow the twins there? Did they show up? Let's find out. The last update was October 4th, 2025, 5 days later. So they must be married. We got married! Woo! Throw the rice. It was a great day and night, and despite all the drama, the wedding was awesome. But onto the juicy stuff. There's been a few things that have happened this week. Every day has been its own adventure. Tuesday, I walk into my kitchen and find my sister-in-law. She does not have a key and did not let me know that she was coming by. She did what she came over to do, and I sent her a text very politely saying if she needs to come by for something and can see that my car is there, just knock and I'll greet you at the door. Well, she didn't like that. All communication with her since, she has used very corporate language and at one point called me a stranger and not family. On Thursday morning, I was informed that mother-in-law, sister-in-law, grandmother-in-law, father-in-law, the sisters, aunts, and kids would not be attending our house for the pre-wedding get-together barbecue on Friday night, as they were going to do their own party at sister-in-law's house for a family member who had a birthday on another day that week. Well, hey, at least some family members can meet the babies now. We pushed back hard and told them they'd better come to this event that we had been planning for over 6 months, because the whole event was invented for them to have their family reunion that they wanted. All the food had been purchased. They reluctantly agreed. They showed up late and not hungry. Turns out they had done their little get-together for lunch at sister-in-law's house. There weren't enough chairs for everyone, so the families, mine and his, were separated inside and outside. We should have had enough chairs to all sit outside. I checked the cameras. They had taken the extra chairs to sister-in-law's house for lunch and had not returned them. The extended family on his side decided not to attend the venue as planned to assist with setup on the Friday, as they had to be at sister-in-law's lunch. Hubs and I did it all ourselves. It's a blank venue, so there was a lot of work, and we had planned on having a dozen helpers. As far as I know, there were no babies at the venue at any time. They were invited to attend the venue prior to the ceremony so that they could get family photos, photographer and all, but they chose not to. Flower Kid did a terrible job, but we were still proud of him. He looked fantastic, and we were glad that he was there. Sister-in-law refused to stand in any family photos until an aunt literally pushed her. Mother-in-law did not say one word to me all day. No hello, no congratulations, no see ya. The babysitter was sick. Sister-in-law left straight after the ceremony with the flower boy and went home to care for the kids. Her husband stuck around all night talking to everyone about how he wants to open his marriage. Oh! And sister-in-law gave him permission for a girlfriend. That's probably the best part of this whole story. Other than him, all my husband's side of the family ate dinner and left without a goodbye. They left before speeches, the first dance, or cake cutting. Mother-in-law did send me a text explaining they left their only son's wedding immediately after dinner because she was cold. It was 21 degrees Celsius. Well, there you have it, but we have some final comments and OOP responded, so let's check them out. Someone commented, "I'll bet your husband has never naysayed his parents in his life, and suddenly, for one important day, he refused to back down, and this is the payback. Get them out of your house and change the locks. They will make your lives hell if you allow them to. Don't allow them to." OOP responded, "Sounds like solid advice. We have a few days alone now, so I think we will spend some time strategizing. You're absolutely right. He has never said no to them before, and I think they just can't handle the concept of him having autonomy." Nope, autonomy. Guys, look at me. Am I learning? Am I learning good English and words? Wait, I already forget what it was. Autonomy? What did I say? I already forget what I said. Next comment. What did your husband say to his family about trespassing, stealing from you, and sabotaging your event? Why did you have a barbecue instead of his family if it was what they wanted and not you? Everyone in this dynamic is exhausting. I don't know that I could have gone through with it myself. OOP wrote, "They aren't trespassing as the mother-in-law and father-in-law live in our house." Oh my God, you live with them? I don't think I pieced that together. Sister-in-law was given a key by her mother to enter the house. Totally understandable. I'm just asking her to give me a heads up before she actually enters the house. I just didn't like thinking I was alone in the house and seeing someone who I know has not been given a key standing in my kitchen. Like, shoot a text, or if I'm literally at the house, just knock. Then I can greet you. We could even chat and exchange pleasantries. I don't even mind them taking the chairs. Any other day, that's fine. We have 24. Need a chair, take a chair, but not the day I'm having a gathering. And if you do, bring them back with you. I am so open to criticism on this one. I'm struggling to see the other side of this one. Let me hear your thoughts, you guys. I'll see you in the comment section as always. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy.